Guys, again, the fact this game was relevant in its own right as a Dolphins fan, considering you guys were 1-6, is good enough. But like, yeah, I think we knew how this game was gonna go. Again, it was kind of a free bet if you really think about it. But yeah, let's get this thing rolling.
In the game, Tyreek Hill went down in week 4. Here is a shot for Waddle, underthrown and picked off. Line up with Hayward again. Here we go. They go and he got it. High snap, kick is good. Hayward under center. He gets shoved. No signal yet. Now it is. Touchdown, Steelers. Well, finds a little room over the right side. Survived the hit. Here. Rodgers end zone's got his man. Woo. Touchdown, Marquez Valdez.
Walk away when you had a year like that.
Here's a blitz. Tagovailoa knocked down by Jalen Ramsey. On third down. Got it to DK Metcalf. And fighting his way for the touchdown. Here is a toss. In the backfield, Jonnu Smith. Another one to the end zone and a jump ball that's caught by Waller for the touchdown. Tagovailoa slides through, end zone. Catch is made, touchdown. They were booing Tomlin here and saying fire Tomlin 2 weeks ago. And now those who have braved the cold and who are...
And with that, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Fun NFL. Please like and subscribe. I hope you guys did have some fun with this one, as the Steelers were able to get a win away from their 18th consecutive season under Mike Tomlin, with at least a record above 500 as they moved to 8-6 with their second straight clutch win, knocking off the Dolphins 28-15 in what many people are coining their most well-rounded victory of the season, as they went up 28-3 early in the fourth quarter to really ice this game. The Dolphins scored some irrelevant late touchdowns. That really didn't matter, as the Dolphins saw their 4-game winning streak come to an end. Their again playoff bids search for a playoff win for the first time since 2000. We'll have to wait another year. That'll be 27 years. That's insane. It'll be until they win their next one, which will be, or they have a chance to win their next one, which will be next season. A lot of questions for the Dolphins. We'll get into their takeaways in a little bit. But for this Steelers team, they are 8-6. We look at their playoff picture right here. I guarantee you guys they will not be higher than the 4 seed. We'll talk about more of this with the power rankings and all the scenarios we have going on. That'll be tomorrow. But specifically for what happened last night, the Steelers are the 4 seed. They have a game lead on the Ravens, already having a game in hand. I really want to specify this for the playoff predictors here. Again, I don't think you guys can see the NFC, but it really doesn't matter here. What are we doing? Yes, reset, update it. Wait, what the hell? There we go. All right, we're just focusing on the Steelers and Ravens here. So for the Steelers, I want to see how they can clinch. They beat the Lions this next coming week because they are playing in Detroit. They win that game, they get to 9-6. The Ravens lose to the Patriots. I want to see, again, can they clinch just off of that? Then the Ravens, no, they wouldn't clinch, because then so the Steelers play the Browns in week 17. They win that game. They're 10-6. That would already clinch it. I'm a brick. All right, never mind. Let me think about this. Basically, if the Steelers win these 2 games, they clinch the division. That's pretty crazy. So, Steelers, guys, you win your next 2 games, you clinch the AFC. No, that's not true. Wait, let's say the Ravens win. Then what would happen? This is really interesting. They beat the Packers. Ooh, okay. So, guys, if we're looking at this, if you're a Steelers fan, winning, you do not control your own destiny. I mean, no, you do. Obviously, you do. But, you guys winning these 2 games does not matter. But if the Steelers win 2 of their next 2 games, they go to Detroit and win. They go to Cleveland and win. And the Ravens either fall in Green Bay in Week 17 on that Saturday, or this next coming Sunday, they clinch the the AFC North. But there's a lot of other things we can talk about here. If they lose to the Lions here, regardless, this game between the Ravens and Steelers will be for the division. I hope this is what it actually comes down to, but just remember this, guys. If the Ravens lose one of their next 2 games and the Steelers win in Detroit and win in Cleveland the next 2 games, they clinch the AFC North. that's the scenario right now for them. There's definitely more ways to look at that, but that's kind of, again, the straightforward path for your Steelers fan. Control your own destiny. But again, you win out, you win the division, obviously. Again, it's that simple here. But anyway, back to this. For the Dolphins, they fell to 6-8. They will be heading to Cincy for a very irrelevant game next Sunday. It's pretty crazy for that to be, again, what's going on there. But that is how it went. Tua is being is in talks of getting benched, which is fair because he was pretty atrocious in this game. He took 4 sacks. He really didn't push the ball on field at all. Really, the only thing that he had going for them was some decent plays on first down where he was in rhythm, but other than that and those timing things, he really struggled in this game. Garbage time stats with this. He just was really indecisive and took some really bad sacks there. And again, really, his offense was just not able to get going at all with them. Again, they've lost 14 straight now, and games under 40 degrees. Again, you need a big time guy in games like this, and Tua is just not that. Again, at all. Running game, they couldn't really run the ball. Outside of one Devon A. Chain explosive run, they didn't have anything there. He did lead them in receiving. Darren Waller caught 2 touchdowns. He's just doesn't. It's crazy he's doing this. Jalen Waddle kind of recapped my fantasy week here. It was a rough one, guys. I only scored 60 points, but thankfully, since it's the consolation ladder, yeah, I didn't make the playoffs because we only have 4 teams, and I scored the third most points in the league, and that's what happened. But anyway, back to this. Jalen Waddle basically had a fantasy week for me. But honestly, guys, this offensive line didn't really do enough, even in the first place, to set this passing game up for success. So honestly, doesn't really matter. Defensively, they were pretty disappointing. There were a lot of exploitable holes in zone, which I do credit to the defensive coordinator of the Dolphins. Bradley Chubb got some pressure again, but overall it was a lot of again quick routes by those again the Steelers offense in this one. Realistically, guys, the secondary could not handle that. The linebackers were very indecisive, and just overall the reaction from this defense was slow. On top of again already being at a disadvantage pre-snap, and a defensive line that really couldn't generate enough pressure consistently. Considering Aaron Rodgers getting the ball out super fast. Speaking of Aaron Rodgers, he played a really good ball the past 2 games. 2 touchdowns. This one took care of it. 85% completion percentage is his highest since week 7 of 2014. Again, it's been a while for him. Again, that year he did win MVP, one of his 4. But yeah, he looked fine in this one. Again, I guess he did take 3 sacks. Most of those were on 3rd down. They did go for 13. But Steelers fans, you did run the ball better than you have most of the season. Jalen Warren kind of struggled, but overall, guys, Aaron Rodgers, solid game from him to again lead the way here. Receiving wise, DK caught a 28-yard touchdown. Again, probably the best play from this game. Again, I guess Pat Frymuth got involved. MVS again going back to like 2020 here with the Packers there. Again, with that touchdown he had. Again, he's only played. Like, the only things I remember from his last year with the Saints, where he had like a monster, like 2 huge catches against the Falcons. That was really about it. Donald Washington, I guess, was out there too. O-line, I really was impressed by how physical they were in the again cold weather. Defensively, they got a ton of pressure, as you guys might expect them to, but a lot of them were more exotic than you would have thought. Asante Samuel was pretty good with the interception. I'll be honest, because I was pretty surprised by what I saw from the linebackers. They were very, very coherent to what again the Dolphins were trying to run on them. Jesus, again, a guy like Malik Harrison, very, very again undisciplined at times. In this game, very disciplined. But anyway, Peyton Wilson played well too. Steelers had 336 yards. They were perfect in the red zone, really led the way with that. Again, the Dolphins really didn't get in the red zone until late in the game. But when you look at the stark difference in time possession, again, until the 4th quarter, that's really what, again, highlighted this game. But anyway, Steelers get a big-time win over the Dolphins here on Monday night. I'll see you all for the power rankings tomorrow. Try to just get some important things to the way. Dolphins are officially eliminated from the playoffs, as you might expect them to be. Again, they already need a lot to happen. But that's all I have for you guys here.
Amen in front. Kosakov through. And the end is in. Washington's wait is over.